Hello! And after the long break, I welcome you back to Vox Populi, the only news show you need. And we will pick up the news from the last few weeks, so let's get right into it. And we once again have to start in Great Britain. The by-election that was triggered by Nigel Farage after resigning his seat in the primary, for more info on that please watch our last news show, has now been held. The winner is Farage himself, which is fairly unsurprising since he is the only serious candidate. But the satirical candidate Count Binface, which was a satirical figure created by the British comedian Jonathan David Harvey, has managed to get over 9,000 votes, while Farage got roughly 20,000, despite only being a satirical candidate. Farage also didn't show up to his victory speech. He didn't attend the court that is traditionally held after such an election because he, quote, didn't want to be humiliated by standing next to Count Binface and the other satirical candidates.
By the way, I'm not scared of these people, far from it. But I'm damned if I'm going to stand on a stage having won a resounding victory and be demeaned and humiliated by nobodies, and I will not, sadly, be attending the count.
Theresa May, I met her at an election. Rishi Sunak, Boris Johnson, Andy Burnham, they all came to the count. I asked Essex Police, was there any credible threat of disruption here? And I can tell you they said unequivocally no. It was safe to go ahead. So I leave you guys to draw your own conclusions.
We will keep you updated on the Count Binface situation. On to a more serious topic, Israel is continuing his settlement policy in the West Bank. Critique is coming from the EU, who seem to slowly realize that genocide is indeed a wrong thing to do. If there will be any consequences because of this is still unclear. A school in Sweden is making headlines after an 18-year-old former student attacked and killed a 17-year-old girl who was a current student at that school with a sword. He also greatly injured two other students who are now in recovery. The attacker has been captured by the police. Said police is now reporting that he had been glorifying other amok runs on his TikTok account, which has now been removed. He also had already been held reliable for an attack on another student at another time. The Supreme Court decided that Trump's $400 million ballroom is not illegal, at least for now, since it is a temporary decision until they come to a more permanent one. This decision arrived a few days before the building of said ballroom would have had to be paused due to the lawsuit. We will keep you updated on this situation as well. The adult cartoon Has Been Hotel, who started as an independent YouTube pilot by the creator Witzipop and has been a flagship for indie animation ever since, has won an Astra for the best animated series at this year's Astras. Other contenders for said title were Family Guy, Invincibles, Long Story Short, The Simpsons, and South Park. The voice actor for the character of Vaggie in Has Been Hotel, Stephanie Beatrix, has also won the Astra for Best Supporting Voiceover Performance. We are proud to be part of this fandom and congratulate Witzipop and all people who were and are involved in this series for this great accomplishment. There is a new internet phenomenon going around on YouTube. It is a role-playing cult by the name of The Console. The members of said cult can be identified by the red hoods in their profile pictures, as seen here. This phenomenon has reached so far that it has now caught the attention of the SCP Foundation, who is trying to contain the members of said cult in order to stop the spreading of their potentially abnormal or even memeish activity. Here's a clip of our colleague Dr. Sherman explaining the threat.
Stop and flood the entire platform until everybody has joined our cult.
Another day, another anomalous cult. The work truly never ceases, does it? Agents of the SCP Foundation, your mission is quite simple. In the comments, when you see one of these Join the Council cultists, reply to them, "You have been contained by the SCP Foundation. Dr. Sherman from Site-42 sends his regards." Let's lock these cultists in a tiny box where they belong and secure, contain, and protect the YouTube Shorts community from another anomalous menace.
If you ever get into contact with a member of the cult, we don't recommend joining, since we, at Voxtech, stand against every cult or cult-like organization. And lastly, two different news from my home country, Germany. The German Chancellor Friedrich Merz has been gone from the public eye for about 4 weeks now. Because of the crisis situation and the enormous number of heat deaths in Germany, many people criticize Merz for his extended vacation. And a new season of the yearly German football tournament, the DFB Cup, has started during the week. At one of the first games, a derby between the two German cities Mannheim and Kaiserslautern, who are both known for their passionate fandoms, the situation escalated, leaving 85 people injured. Luckily, nobody was killed. And that was the most important news of the last few weeks. Have a wonderful day and always remember, trust us with your everything.